The South Africa-Türkiye Business Council has become an important platform for dialogue, collaboration, cementing, and the creation of new opportunities. South Africa and Turkey are natural partners. Both are strong industrial players in our region with diverse economies and entrepreneurial energy. We share a belief in the power of innovation, manufacturing, and trade to drive inclusive growth. Earlier this week, I had the honor of co-chairing the inaugural South Africa-Türkiye Binational Commission in Ankara with the Vice President. It was a historic milestone, elevating our cooperation to a new and more strategic level. One key outcome was the signing of a memorandum of understanding on cooperation in the field of free zones. This follows a benchmarking study by South African officials who visited Turkey to learn from its successful zone models. Through this agreement, we aim to strengthen our own special economic zones, attract more investments, and develop export pipelines between our two countries. Over the past few days, I also met with leading Turkish companies in sectors such as agriculture, energy, defense, and electronics. A prime example of this partnership is Arcelor, a company that has become a household name in South Africa through the ownership of DeFi. Since acquiring DeFi in 2011, Arcelor has developed one of the strongest models of Turkey's industrial collaboration on the African continent. Today, they employ more than 2,700 South Africans across major manufacturing facilities, making DeFi the largest producer of household appliances in sub-Saharan Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa's economy has shown remarkable resilience over the past year. GDP growth is projected at 1.6% for 2025, supported by stronger manufacturing output, better logistics, and a greater energy stability. Exports grew by nearly 5% in 2024, driven by higher value products in automotive, mineral processing, and agriculture. Business confidence has steadily improved, reflecting investor optimism in our economic reforms. The South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Business Confidence Index has shown steady recovery, averaging 115 points in mid-2025, reflecting optimism about our economic reforms and investor confidence. Our Energy Action Plan continues to attract investment in renewable energy, battery storage, and green hydrogen. All of these areas offer immense opportunities for Turkish collaboration and core manufacturing. Looking ahead, we want to deepen this partnership not only through trade, but through shared industrial innovation, technology, and skills transfer and development. Türkiye's expertise in advanced manufacturing, combined with South Africa's infrastructure and young, skilled workforce, creates an ideal foundation for cooperation in the fourth industrial revolution. Our partnership with Turkey is therefore not only economic, but also developmental, empowering our people, strengthening our industries, and contributing to a shared future of prosperity and justice. While bilateral trade between our countries reached approximately $2 billion in 2024, we know we can do much more. Our goal is to diversify and balance our trade relationship. At present, South Africa exports mostly raw materials, whilst Turkey exports mostly finished products. We want to change that dynamic to grow both sides through value-added production and joint ventures. Our partnership will be guided by 3 pillars: diversification, decarbonization, and industrial collaboration. Through this approach, we aim to expand South African exports of manufactured and processed goods, including automotive products, mining equipment, agro-processed foods, and pharmaceuticals, while encouraging greater Turkish investments in renewable energy, defense, textiles, ICT, and pharmaceuticals. We also recognize the need to address trade barriers such as tariffs and standards to unlock the full potential of our partnership. Yesterday, during a dinner we had with some of the business people, there was someone complaining about the issue of incentives. So I want to confirm that there are incentives in South Africa. You must just come and talk to us. We'll be able to assist you. We also recognize the need to address trade barriers such as tariffs and standards to unlock the full potential of our partnership. Currently, Turkish investments in South Africa total around $32 million, concentrated mainly in textiles, food, and appliances. We welcome this, and we are ready to support further expansion. Likewise, South African investments in Turkey have grown from $217 million in 2022 to $274 million in 2023. This growth shows our confidence in one another's markets and our shared ambition to build sustainable, innovation-driven economies. This is because we are making it easier and more attractive place to do business. We are simplifying regulations, strengthening industrial incentives, as I said, but also expanding special economic zones. Importantly, the African Continental Free Trade Area, the largest free trade area in the world, gives Turkish investors access to a market of about 1.4 billion people. By investing in South Africa, you can gain a foothold, not just in our country, but across the entire African continent. The opportunities are vast, from renewable energy and automotive manufacturers to defense, agriculture, infrastructure, pharmaceutical, but also digital innovation. In energy, South Africa's growing demand opens new avenues for investments in generation, transmission, distribution, and in repurposing old coal plants for cleaner power. Opportunities in wind and solar energy and in component manufacturing for these technologies are expanding rapidly. We are also prioritizing infrastructure development in transport, logistics, water, and energy to improve capacity and efficiency. We invite Turkish firms to partner with South African companies to localize production and build industrial capacity for the continent. There are also growing opportunities in the automotive and mobility sectors. We invite Turkish companies to consider setting up local operations in South Africa, bringing technical expertise and innovation that can be mutually beneficial. There are also exciting prospects in semiconductors, glass, and composite materials, all essential components for the modern industry. In healthcare, Turkey's strong pharmaceuticals and medical device industries can play a key role in helping South Africa build a more resilient and localized health system. We see particular promise in partnerships around vaccines, diagnostics, and mRNA research and development. We also see great potential in defense and agro-processing sectors. South African defense companies will participate in Konya Defense Industry Fair in November, showcasing their capabilities and exploring integration into Turkish supply chains. In agriculture, we are eager to see more South African products on Turkish shelves and Turkish technology supporting African farming. To help deepen this cooperation, I extend a warm invitation for Turkish companies to attend our flagship investment events, including the Mining Indaba in February next year, Africa Energy Week in March, Enlit Africa in May, Africa Health and the Africa Aerospace and Defense also in 2026. These platforms will help you to understand South Africa's investment landscape and meet potential local partners. Ladies and gentlemen, this forum should mark the beginning of a new phase of practical cooperation, one that includes trade missions, joint ventures, and stronger collaboration of our chambers of commerce and development finance institutions. We are encouraged by the growing role of the private sector in driving this partnership. Turkish and South African firms are already working together in renewable energy, in automotive components, textiles, and also construction. To build on this momentum, we have brought a strong South African business delegation here to this forum, representing key sectors including automotive, healthcare, defense, agro-processing, ICT, mining, and finance. Our task now is to focus not only on the volume of trade, but on the quality, ensuring that every partnership creates jobs, builds skills, and strengthens our industrial base. South Africa views Turkey as a strategic partner, a bridge between Europe, Asia, and Africa, a nation that shares our commitment to industrial development, innovation, and inclusive prosperity. Let this forum serve as a catalyst, a platform to unlock new possibilities in trade, investment, and technology cooperation. The future belongs to those who build together, who look beyond borders, and who transform shared aspirations into shared prosperity. Together, South Africa and Turkey can advance a new development compact, one that is green, digital, and inclusive, uplifting our people and strengthening the bonds of our shared humanity. With those few words, I thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much indeed, Mr. Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellency Paul Mashatile. A fascinating speech focusing particularly about strengthening ties between South Africa and Turkey. Thank you so much indeed. Evet, Cumhurbaşkanı Yardımcısına, Güney Afrika Cumhurbaşkanı Yardımcısına Paul Mashatile teşekkür ediyoruz. Şimdi değerli konuklar, sunumlarımıza geçiyoruz. Evet, sunumlarını yapmak üzere Güney Afrika Ticaret, Sanayi ve Rekabet Bakanlığı Yatırım ve Mekansal Sanayi Geliştirme Dairesi Başkan Vekili Sayın Yunus Hüseyin davet ediyoruz. Buyursunlar efendim. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Deputy President Paul Mashatile, ministers from both sides who stand on the protocol observed. But let me, at the outset, first thank Deputy President Paul Mashatile for coming to Turkey to co-chair the inaugural Binational Commission. And Deputy President is also the leader of government business and is playing a pivotal role now in connecting the South Africa-Türkiye relationship, which has also established a joint economic trade committee to accelerate and ignite this economic relationship. So thank you, Mr. Deputy President, for doing that and playing that pivotal role. I do think he needs a round of applause for that.
South Africa has proven to be the preferred destination for a growing array of investors and industries on the continent. Today, South Africa is not only a resource-rich economy with access to both a vibrant local market and a growing regional market, but also a world-class financial, technical, and innovation hub, attracting companies looking to tap into the country's talent pool.
We remain convinced that South Africa is an investment destination with significant untapped potential.
Home to the largest presence of multinational companies in Africa, with over 180 Fortune Global 500 companies in FMCG, beverages, pharmaceuticals, and many other industries. South Africa has established itself as a gateway to the rest of the continent. These companies have contributed to job creation and economic growth. Our investors not only help in growing our economy, but also play a pivotal role in fostering advancements in crucial sectors such as healthcare, agriculture, and renewable energy. Ranked #1 for innovation in Africa in the Global Innovation Index, South Africa has become a dynamic base for a diverse array of successful innovative startups that have become competitive players globally. Our automotive plants have been the cornerstone of our country's manufacturing capabilities, showcasing our world-class infrastructure and engineering prowess. With more than 6 million vehicles built in South Africa, including a record year for new vehicle exports, reaching nearly 400,000 vehicles in 2023. Several of the world's leading auto manufacturers like BMW, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, Ford, Toyota, and Nissan continue to expand their presence in the country with increased investment. According to a recent report by PwC, net foreign direct investment into South Africa has been consistently positive, with FDI growing since the global financial crisis of 2007 to 2009. Inflows amounted to 1.4% of our gross domestic product, a far greater percentage over the last 5 years than in the previous decade. In the past 5 years, 5 well-attended South African investment conferences have attracted 1.5 trillion in investment commitments across a broad range of economic sectors, including the critical industries of energy and logistics. Despite global economic challenges and disruptions to the flow of goods, committed investors, supported by constructive government policies and programs, are putting their trust in South Africa. They're achieving good returns for their shareholders while significantly contributing to the South African economy, propelling the most industrialized nation in Africa to the #1 economy on the continent. A key global hub and your growth story into the African continent. Invest in South Africa. South Africa, inspiring new ways.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go through a presentation because much has been articulated by Minister Motseka and our Deputy President. So just very quickly to give you, I think it's important to characterize the South African economy because many people don't know that we're at the southern tip of Africa and we're very industrialized, a very diversified economy itself. So just very quickly, South Africa glance our relationship with Africa and